rise for support court with Judge Vanda B. Judge, this is case number JVB1069, Franklin case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Franklin, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge Vanda. My son was killed 3 months ago. I have a granddaughter that's 9 years old. I've had custody of her since she was a baby. After his death and funeral, Kim decides she wants to come to my house and remove her. Brought the police to my house.
After the funeral?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. She did. She did that. As traumatic as it was for me and my family, she decided to remove Rakisha with the police, cause a scene, which she's done in the past. I'm here today for grandparents' rights. I've had my granddaughter since she was a baby. She doesn't even know who this lady is. She knows that she's her mother, but as far as knowing who she is, and with her lengthy past, when I say
When
lengthy,
you say lengthy past, what do you mean by that?
All right, guys, buckle up. Today, we're diving into the Franklin case, where a grandmother is seeking custody and child support for her granddaughter, Rakisha. The grandmother has raised Rakisha since she was a baby, but after the death of her son, the child's mother, Kim, suddenly wants custody. The grandmother claims Kim has a troubled past and hasn't been involved in Rakisha's life. The judge listens carefully as the grandmother lays out her case. What will Kim say in her defense? Let's find out.
drugs, drinking, fighting, beating the system.
Beating the system?
Yes.
How did she do that?
Welfare, food stamps, housing, anything that's not legal, she's done.
But Rakisha, I said her name right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, she lives with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And prior to your son's death, did your son live with you too, or was Rakisha just living with you?
Only Rakisha, absolutely not. He could not live with me.
Okay, I understand.
But
so how was she getting benefits if her daughter lived with you?
Because, as I mentioned earlier, both of them love to beat the system, and they used my grandchild against me and my husband just so that they can continue to beat the system. I did put my son on child support.
Okay.
That I absolutely did.
And now you're wanting child support from mom?
I want child support and full custody of my granddaughter.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
Oh, absolutely, yes. When she brought the police to my house.
The grandmother explains that Kim has a history of drug use, drinking, and exploiting the welfare system. She claims Kim showed up with the police after her son's funeral to take Rakisha, causing a traumatic scene. The grandmother has been the primary caregiver for Rakisha and wants full custody and child support. The judge questions the grandmother about Kim's involvement in Rakisha's life, and it becomes clear there's tension between the two. Will the judge side with the grandmother or Kim?
She told them that I threatened her, and she threatened me. She threatened to kill me. I said, absolutely not, Your Honor. What I told her when she called, I told her, I said, you know what? If you come over here, I'm not going to be in control. Smith and Weston going to be in control.
Oh, okay. Well, it didn't get that far, did it?
Well, it didn't, because the police drug her from my front yard.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry for your loss as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, is there anything else you need me to know before I move over to her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I didn't catch your last name. I just heard your first name is Kim.
That's what I want to say. I'm a fan. It's Kim Bourgeois.
Bourgeois.
Yes.
How do you spell it?
Boudure.
Oh, okay. Is that French?
Yes.
Okay. Well, can I call you Lady B?
Yes.
I
Or
think
you can
I'll
call me
butcher
Kim. You can call
Kim.
me Miss
Okay.
Kim.
I think I'll butcher that last name too much.
Okay.
Okay. So, is all of what she's saying true? You had a history with drugs, drinking.
Kim admits to her troubled past but claims she's turned her life around. She argues that Rakisha should live with her, as she's now financially stable and ready to be a mother. The judge questions Kim about her involvement in Rakisha's life, and Kim reveals she's been talking to Rakisha for the past few months. However, the grandmother insists Kim is still a stranger to Rakisha. The tension in the courtroom rises as the judge tries to uncover the truth.
She said you're cheating the system, getting welfare. What it sounds like is that your daughter has been living with her this entire time. So, I mean, is what she's saying true?
The whole thing is, it's the past, you know.
So it is true. The answer is yes.
Some of it is, yeah.
Okay, which part of it is true?
As far as maybe some of the illegal drug activity that her son and I both partake in, you know, some of that is true, but as far as the food stamps and all that, it's not. She's just going by hearsay, by what people are telling her, just using that, you know, in this case. As I stated, as she stated, as far as coming to get my kids, you know, with the police and stuff, that's true.
Okay.
Because I need Rakisha, to come and be with her mom. You know, she's getting older, and so is she, you know. So
that wasn't nice. She's been taking care of your daughter. So what difference would it make if she's getting older?
She has been, again, all of these words are past tense. It's 2022, and it's time for my daughter to come home with me.
But she hasn't lived with you.
She hasn't, because I was working on my career and getting myself together, you know, so I can be the mom that I need to be. And, you know, I've done that. And unfortunately, you know, Ricky passed, you know, rest his soul. And it's time for my daughter to come home with her mother.
Okay.
I'm not the woman that I used to be, Your Honor.
All right.
Clip No. 5:30 to 8 o'clock. The judge digs deeper, asking Kim about her financial contributions to Rakisha's care. Kim admits she's only been paying for health insurance and hasn't provided any other financial support. The judge questions why Kim hasn't done more for her daughter, especially since she earns $70,000 a year. Kim struggles to justify her actions, and the grandmother remains firm in her request for custody and child support. How will the judge rule? The judge rules that Rakisha will remain with her grandmother, as she's been the primary caregiver and provides a stable environment. The judge orders Kim to pay $923 monthly in child support, including health insurance. Kim is visibly upset, but the judge emphasizes that the decision is in Rakisha's best interest. The grandmother is relieved, but the case isn't over yet. Will Kim accept the ruling, or will she fight back?
But you are still the woman she doesn't know, your daughter, right?
Well, actually, and she doesn't know that, I've been talking to Rakisha for about 4 or 5 months now.
Talking to her about what?
Talking to her, letting her know, you know, first of all, reaching out, letting her know that it's unfortunate that our dad passed, and letting her know that I want us to get our relationship together. I want to be the nurturing mother that, you know, that she needs.
Okay, so as of right now, you're a stranger, right?
I wouldn't necessarily say strangers.
Well, it's not necessarily what you want to say, it's what the facts say. You're a stranger to this child that you came and attempted to remove from her caretaker, right?
She's been taking care of her, yes, and I commend her for that, but my daughter needs to be with her mother.
All right, but you do understand that your daughter needs to be in an environment that's stable, where she is familiar with the person that is taking care of her?
Okay, she has to get familiar with her. I am working. I, make good money. I've been paying insurance, so it's not like I've been totally out the picture.
Let's talk about that. How much money do you make?
About $70,000.
$70,000. How much? You say insurance as well?
Yes, I pay $170 a month.
All right. How much of that have you given to grandmother? And it's not a hard question if you've actually done anything. I mean,
well, I can say none then. Let's just, be done with it. None.
So you make all of this money and you haven't given grandmother anything for your daughter?
Well, her dad has been taking care of the child support and everything up until this point.
Right, but what were you doing?
I was paying the insurance.
Okay. So you were paying the insurance.
Yeah.
Your daughter living with someone else.
Well, she the one wanted to raise her.
But ma'am, it is your daughter.
It's my daughter. I paid the insurance. She wanted to raise her. The dad did the child support. We all just did our part.
You obviously came here to waste my time.
Not really. I mean,
it sounds like it. It sounds like you're trying to evade the obligation of paying child support or paying any type of financial support for this child because you want to do what you want to do. Insurance is not sufficient, ma'am.
Oh.
Grandmother can pay insurance if she needed to,
but she hasn't.
Well, she can't do it without a modification to your court order. That's the reason she's here.
Okay, so can my daughter go home with me?
No, she cannot. She is going to stay and remain with the person who's always taking care of her. You haven't said anything different to support that grandmother has not been doing the job you should have been doing. So what we're going to do is, based on your own testimony, and I believe you told the truth.
I did.
$70,000 a year, and that's giving you credit with the $170 health insurance.
The grandmother reveals that Kim has 3 other children with different fathers and isn't paying child support for any of them. The judge adjusts Kim's child support obligation to $680 monthly, considering her other children. Kim is frustrated, but the judge reminds her that honesty is crucial in court. The grandmother's revelation strengthens her case, and the judge's decision stands firm. Will Kim finally take responsibility for her children?
Your gross is $5,663. That brings your net to $4,613. You have 1 child, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, 20% of that brings your monthly child support obligation to $923. And as I stated, you are still to maintain the health insurance.
That's over $1,000.
And no, it's not. It's under $1,000.
So 9 something plus the 170?
No, you got credit. The 170 was given in your gross. So you got credit for that. $923 a month. It's what's fair. It's what's in the best interest of your daughter. Your daughter is going to remain with her grandmother.
Okay, so, okay.
Anything else? You had a question?
I'm just going to keep it to myself.
Oh, okay. You might want to do that, especially if it was something inappropriate.
The judge scolds Kim for her lack of honesty and responsibility, reminding her that she'll have to answer to her children one day. The grandmother is grateful for the judge's decision and vows to continue providing a stable home for Rakisha. The judge dismisses the case, urging both parties to focus on Rakisha's well-being. Will Kim step up and become a better mother, or will she continue to evade her responsibilities? In the Franklin case, the judge prioritized Rakisha's well-being and ruled in favor of the grandmother. This case highlights the importance of stability and honesty in custody battles. What do you think of the judge's decision? Let us know in the comments.
All right, anything further pertaining to this case?
That's it, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything further, Ms. Franklin?
Yes, Your Honor. This lady just sit here and perjured the court. She has 3 other children that lives with 3 other different daddies.
Oh, wow.
And you know, she had more miles on her than Route 1604.
Okay, well, Miss Franklin, hold on one second. Do you have other children?
Yes.
So why didn't you say that?
Because, you know, unfortunately, like Rakisha, they live with their dads and their other parent, you know, other side of the family too.
Are you paying child support for them as well?
No.
No. Oh, okay. So you're just not doing anything.
I'm paying insurance for them too.
Oh, right. So beyond insurance, you haven't done anything for them. Is that what I'm hearing? How many other children do you have?
3.
So you have 3 other children. We have to manipulate your child support amount. So
it should be lower.
let's see. Let's see how much lower it'll be. All right.